to Rahul Gandhi, our editor-at-large, who was at the AICC meeting there. Rahul, Mr. Pradhan saying that, this aggression has come too late in the day. It's not going to cut any ice at this point of time. But there is a marked difference, Rahul. We've never seen Rahul Gandhi talk the way he did today.
Sure. Well, critics and the opposition saying his comments, fiery as they may have been, coming very late in the day to revive and rescue the Congress party. I'm now joined by senior Congress leader Ashwani Kumar. This is what the BJP and the commentators are going to say. Rahul was fired up, but it's much too late now to save the Congress.
Well, let the BJP say what it has to say. But the fact is that this was the most stirring speech that I have heard in a long time. And I think he has unfolded a vision statement for India, which is likely to enthuse not only the Congress persons, but also the very large segments.
Have you heard Rahul speak like this before?
I think this is by far his best speech.
Why did it take him so long to make this sort of a speech?
Well, I think things happen when they happen. This was the stage. Elections are around the corner. The Congress party is demanding a new youthful leader. He has come on the stage finally, and therefore he realized that the people of India and also the congressmen wanted to hear what he stands for.
He's spoken the best he has, no question about that. But he's left it till very late in the day. I was hearing some delegates say if he'd said these things 2.5 years ago, maybe the Congress wouldn't have been in the trouble that they are.
Well, he's been saying things off and on. It's not that he's unfolded his vision just today. He's been working towards it for the last several years. The fact is that today was that opportunity which congressmen were looking for. That opportunity presented itself, and I think he made a damn good use of it.
Javed has a couple of questions for you. Javed.
Ashwani ji, my question is the same. This whole exercise till Rahul Gandhi spoke was just about Rahul Gandhi. Surely there has to be a vision. How do you go forward fighting this election? Because Rahul Gandhi, while you may have solved your leadership question, there are still, questions unanswered. And what is the grand strategy for this?
You are so wrong. Rahul's speech was anything but about himself.
Till Rahul Gandhi spoke, this was only about Rahul Gandhi.
No, I'm saying, I'm not here to comment on what others spoke. The fact is that this is a Congress party stage. Congress leadership, Congress people, Congress insiders wanted someone like Rahul to take the leadership, and he's taken the leadership plunge.
Are you sure that this is what the dispirited congressmen were looking for, and after his speech that pall of gloom that was hanging over your heads, that's lifted?
Well, I have no doubt that this is a stirring speech. It is a speech towards the revival and rejuvenation of the Congress. I have no doubt whatsoever that it will serve its purpose.
One of the key highlights of what Rahul said, sir, was that next time this meeting happens, he'd like to see half the percentage of people here being women. Suddenly all the cheering and crowds went silent. He also spoke about, bringing in new blood, wanting to put a lot of the older generation out to pasture.
Well, I think he paid fulsome tribute to the older people. He paid fulsome tribute to the senior people. He called upon people like Manishankar Iyer and the entire leadership on the stage and asked the people to applaud what they have done. He applauded the Prime Minister. I don't think the desire to bring in fresh blood necessarily means the rejection of the old.
No, but he also praised Manishankar Iyer, and I don't know if you know that Manishankar Iyer said that Narendra Modi is worthy only of selling chai as a chaiwala outside the AICC session. That comment hasn't gone down at all with the BJP and also a lot of people.
Well, he praised Manishankar Iyer for his commitment to Panchayati Raj.
No, but sure, when you praise Manishankar Iyer for his commitment to Panchayati Raj on a day when he makes a blunder or a blooper calling Narendra Modi a chaiwala who's worthy only of selling chai outside the AICC.
I think I'm here to comment on what Mr. Manishankar said. I'm here to talk about Rahul Gandhi, and Rahul Gandhi did eulogize, did applaud, and did recognize the services of senior congresspersons. I don't see any hint in his speech that amounts to the negation of the old guard.
What about his concept of introducing primaries to the Congress? People on the street will say he's copying Arvind Kejriwal. Arvind Kejriwal did this and said this before the Delhi Assembly elections. Rahul likes the idea and therefore now wants to do the same.
I don't think Rahul is aping anyone. He thinks from his own mind.
Why didn't he do it earlier, sir?
Well, many things happen when they have to happen. It's strange to say.
It happened after Kejriwal has made it happen.
I'm telling you, why didn't Kejriwal happen 10 years ago? Why did Kejriwal happen?
But Rahul had a chance. Kejriwal didn't have a chance.
No, I'm sure every Indian citizen has a chance. And Congress party was a party of the freedom movement. It arose from the grassroots.
Do you support the idea of primaries, sir?
Well, this is an idea which he has himself said is to be tested. So let's see how the test comes out.
Ashwani ji, one question. This sounded out like a passing out parade for the older generation. Do you feel that the baton has changed has passed decisively into the hands of the
Well,
young?
the baton must finally pass to the younger generation. It was Shakespeare who said, the old order changed, it will be placed to the new. What is wrong about it? But that does not mean that there's going to be a total break from the past. Congress has never had a break from the past. It's a transition, and that is the order of things. So what's new about it?
Without naming them, he also took pot shots at Kejriwal, the new opposition, Modi, the old opposition. Has he done enough to try and negate the impact the opposition's having in Delhi and elsewhere, sir?
But I think as a leader of the Congress party, he is entitled to say where the opposition is going wrong and where Congress is a better party. And I think he did exactly that, and I think he did a damn good job.
On a scale of 1 to 10, as a Congress leader, how many marks do you give Rahul? Don't say 11 because that's not allowed.
Well, I give him as high as I would give to anyone, 8 or 9 out of 10.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ashwani Kumar, for joining us this evening. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. That senior Congress leader Ashwani Kumar giving his sense of Rahul Gandhi's speech.